Look, it's just about jacaranda time again. Nearly time, the flowers are just about opened up. Aren't they gorgeous? Jacaranda time, like Grafton. Grafton has its jacaranda festival. Pretoria has its beautiful jacaranda festival. Isn't it wonderful? Well, it's not in full bloom yet, but it will be in a day or so. And look, here's my own private Bluebell festival. These are the little native bluebells that our First Nations people have eaten for thousands of years. Look at them. Aren't they lovely? Too nice to eat almost, aren't they? Aren't they lovely? So gorgeous. I just came across them walking around our estate. There's another. There's more than one sort of bluebell. Well, I mean, they're all slightly different from different parts of Australia. They're all slightly different, as you'd expect. There's more than one sort here where I live too. Look at it. Too nice to eat. Too nice to eat. Good bush tucker. Good bush tucker. Well, let's try one anyway. What a shame I'm going to eat you. What a shame I'm going to eat you. What a shame I'm going to eat you. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Aren't they gorgeous? My own private Bluebell festival. I'm being eaten by mosquitoes. They're having a festival too. Go away. There's a pretty little one I overlooked. How could I overlook something so beautiful? Look, here's a little native wild daisy. I'm not telling you that it's an edible one, I wouldn't know, but it's very pretty, isn't it? Look, a little wild native daisy. Not exactly blue. Is it blue? It's more mauvey than blue. There are native bluebells and native bluebells. That's a native bluebell. Out of the way, wormwood. That's wormwood behind, but there's a native bluebell. Learn to recognise it, isn't it cute? It's my Bluebell festival. That's stronger with some red colour behind it. Handheld photography. Focus, go on. A native bluebell. Do I recall they grow in Centennial Park in Sydney? I can't remember. It's been decades now. But there are bluebells and bluebells. Learn to recognise them. These ones seem to be very tiny. They're bluebells too, but they're so tiny. Why are you so different? You're so tiny, aren't you? Suppose it depends on where you're growing. There's some more native bluebells. There's a little moth having a sip at the bluebell. It's gone to another one now. Anyway, there's another little bluebell. That's very interesting because we've got bluebells of different sizes here, look. Look at the difference in sizes. I don't know if they're on the same plant or just growing beside each other. But they're two different sizes. Same plant, same looking sort of plant, but two different sizes. They're almost white, those ones, aren't they? I'll just check and see if they're all growing on the same plant or two plants side by side. There were two plants side by side, but there's some of them are a good size, like this one. Some of them are so tiny, like this one. These ones here are very tiny and almost white, but they're definitely bluebells. They may change colour as they age. I only make these videos for fun, so don't you go eating any native bluebells unless you seek the guidance of a bush tucker expert. Don't go eating anything, any wild foods, unless you know what you're doing. So seek the counsel of a bush tucker expert or a botanist and a medical doctor. I call these native bluebells. That's what I was told they were called when I was a kid. Aren't they lovely? So gorgeous. While I'm out looking at bush tucker, I've come across these Solanum. Now, there's more than one type of Solanum in Australia. There's the native sort and the introduced sort, and there's probably hybrids of both. And First Nations people have been known to eat some type of Solanum berries. I'm not an expert, as I say, I'm not a botanical expert, I'm not a bush tucker expert. I only make these videos for amusement and to amuse myself. This looks like Solanum nigrum. I have eaten them before, but I'm not recommending you eat them. The right ones. You get different accounts online. You must always do your research before you eat anything. Like Wikipedia doesn't always get it right, and sometimes it makes mistakes. That's Solanum. This looks like Solanum nigrum anyway. You don't eat the green berries because they can be toxic, like green tomatoes. Very ripe looking ones, aren't they? Squeeze. Let's squeeze it away from the camera. They're related to tomatoes. See those little seeds? Spread by birds. It looks like Solanum nigrum. Always refer to your wild food manuals and all the wild food video experts like Green Dean on YouTube. I've seen these growing around lamp posts and bus stops in Sydney, but if you're going to eat them, if you're going to collect bush tucker around Sydney, you'd want to wash it well because of all the car exhaust and all the dogs urinating on the poles and things. Oh, there's another over here. We've got lots of these, so you could collect quite a lot of them, couldn't you? Again, I'm not telling you to eat these berries. What I'm telling you is I think they're Solanum nigrum. And I think if you're going to eat anything, you should do your research and ask the experts on bush tucker and botany and toxicologists. Look at those lovely berries. The birds certainly like them.